Welcome to In the Spotlight. Today my guest is Rikhye. Ellen is a clinical hypnotherapist and she's going to share with us 3 ways hypnotherapy can help you transform insecurities and fears into confidence and success. Welcome, Ellen.
Thank you.
So you are a clinical hypnotherapist. What is it you do exactly?
I am specialized in doing rapid transformational hypnotherapy, and I help high-performing women who somehow don't feel complete and who might face anxieties, low self-esteem, or traumas to transform into powerful and confident women.
What do these women struggle with before they come to you?
There's 3 main areas these women struggle with. First of all, they have sometimes hidden fears and anxieties. So the second area is relationships. And many of my clients haven't found their ideal partner yet.
So what's the third area women struggle with before they come and see you?
Career-related struggles in reaching their full potential and finding an easy flow and balance in their lives, physically, emotionally, and financially.
So how do you help these women?
After my clients have tried several therapies or coaching and couldn't quite pinpoint where their issue was rooted, so they couldn't fix it in the long run. They often call me the confidence queen because I help these women to hack their minds. So they have this issue and they don't know where it's rooted, how or why they got these certain beliefs or emotions and patterns that keep returning in their lives. By hacking their mind, their subconscious mind, I find out together with them how they acquired those beliefs or how these emotions even started to arise in their lives. And once they find out where it comes from, they are able to let go and transform their lives, and they become the best versions of themselves.
Beautiful. Can you give an example?
So I've seen this high-performing woman who was about to give birth to her second child. After her firstborn, she had a postpartum depression, and she was really scared that it would happen again. So she came to see me to find out and she was facing these depressions because she had some therapy before. Actually, we found out during the period of 3 months and 3 sessions and coaching that we did along that the root cause of these insecurities had all to do with some events in her childhood where she actually felt she wasn't good enough and shielded up because she had to live up some certain expectations from parental figures. When she found out where it came from, she was able to transform, and she has had a massive transformation ever since. She contacted me recently after 2 years and she said, I'm now even a better mom than I could ever imagine. And in my work, I feel so comfortable and confident in even expressing my vulnerability in this extreme corporate environment. And she said, my relationship is just wonderful. And even physically, I feel so much better. I lost weight, I'm in better shape. So this woman's life has changed in such a short period of time.
Beautiful. Thank you for sharing. So could you please share a little bit more on how hypnotherapy works?
So with hypnotherapy, we tap into the subconscious mind, and the subconscious mind remembers everything because most of my clients have imprinted beliefs from back early in their childhood. That's because we are imprinted from 0 up to 7 years old. And that's going to decide how we end up living our lives.
Can you give an example?
When a teacher told you weren't good enough, or you were silly, or that a parent criticized you on something and you took on that belief like, oh my gosh, I don't matter, or I'm not good enough. And in that phase of your life, it leaves a really deep-rooted belief, and it will keep on recycling in your life until you change it. The most effective way is doing that in hypnosis, and that's what makes rapid transformational hypnotherapy so successful.
So what does the session look like?
In a session, we find out how, why, when, and where you acquired those beliefs. And of course, when you find out that a 5-year-old was rejected by a teacher, has a different interpretation than a grown-up. So with your grown-up mind, you understand you no longer need to take up on that belief that you're not enough because your teacher told you you were stupid. And that makes you able to let go of it. And then we rewire your mind for the wanted situation that you are enough, so you will be confident. We do this with 2 things, installing new pictures and new words, new beliefs.
So that sounds intriguing. New pictures and words you add to the mind. Can you share a little bit more on how that works?
It's really important to understand that the mind works according to 3 rules. The first rule is it does exactly what it thinks that you want. The second rule is that it responds to pictures in your mind and the words you add to it. And the third rule is it loves the familiar and it does not love the unfamiliar. So what we do in hypnotherapy, we install the mind with new pictures and words. So we condition it to new beliefs, and therefore you have a different outcome. We create a new neurological pathway in your brain that will lead to your success, the life that you want.
So we're going to talk a little bit more about adding pictures and words to the mind, because today you're going to share with us 3 tips on how to transform fears and insecurities into confidence and success. Please share with us, what is your first tip?
So first of all, you have to understand that the mind does exactly what it thinks that you want. So it's really, really important that you have an accurate dialogue with yourself. So the way you use your words, how do you speak to yourself, is very important. For example, when you struggle and in life and you have a lot to do and you're all over the place, like, oh, I'm so messy, I'm so stupid, oh, I forgot it again. These words are giving a very clear instruction to your mind, and you don't want to be messy, you don't want to be stupid, so eliminate those words and be kind to yourself. Oh, it's good, I remembered this. Oh, that's great, I have phenomenal coping skills. Doesn't matter, I have a lot to do, but I can handle it. Because your mind needs instructions, and you just need to be very accurate in how you speak to yourself. There are many people who are not aware of how much they self-criticize.
Yeah.
And it's not making them happy.
Yeah, so swap the negative, the self-demeaning, criticizing thoughts for more uplifting ones. So what is the second tip for transforming fears into confidence and success?
Change the pictures and words you add to it. You know, people tend to worry a lot about, making scenarios. What if this happened and that happens and oh no, and so they're overwhelmed. And once you see this coming, you should, snap out of it, be in control. How would you be in control? It's really easy. This tip is a massive game changer. You just replace the negative picture into the wanted situation. So for example, see yourself succeeding for a job interview, because this is the input, the instruction you are giving to your mind. So your mind will work towards that outcome.
I think this is so cool, because a lot of people will say, as we say in Dutch, is the glass half full or half empty? They will be like, no, I'm a half full kind of person. But when it comes down to it, I think a lot of people see these negative pictures and not the positive outcome.
Well, it's how we've been brought up. It's actually a simple switch we have to make in our minds. And once you see the result, that it's working, that it's uplifting your life and it's creating a better reality for yourself, it becomes a habit. And then your life will change rapidly.
So finally, what's the third tip on how to transform your fears and insecurities into confidence and success?
Be okay with delayed gratification. It takes up to 21 days for the mind to take up on new beliefs or habits. So you have to condition your mind to the new mindset, the new beliefs, so therefore you will have different behavior. What I see often, people give up too easily. It takes a little bit of time.
So how is the hypnotherapy method you work with different from all other hypnotherapies out there?
It is different in that way that you go straight back to the root cause of your issue. And by finding out in hypnosis how, why, when, where you acquired those beliefs or where those emotions started, it is very powerful to let go. And the most significant change as well is that we rewire the mind for success. I leave you with a recording of 15 minutes that will rewire your mind for success. So by listening to this audio for 21 days, at least once a day, it helps you to rewire the mind and to install those new beliefs and behaviors so you can create the life you want really easy and quickly.
I love that recording because you offered me a hypnotherapy session to experience how you work. And I just love whenever I listen to that recording, when I'm in my bed in the morning or at night, it takes me back straight to that session with you where I felt so at ease and relaxed and confident and like I could do it all.
Yes, exactly. I have clients from a few years ago who occasionally start to listen to the audio and then they text me and like, oh, I still love this recording. It's almost 2 years ago, but I love it and it makes me feel good and I feel happy and elated and powerful and energized. It will never lose its power and it's very, very helpful.
So what made you choose doing hypnotherapy for a living? I'm really curious. What's your story?
Well, I've been born and raised in the Netherlands by an Indian father and a Dutch-German mom. And unfortunately, my father died at a young age. I was only 2 by that time. And my mom, she raised us, me, my brother and sister, all by herself. So when I was about 9 years old, my mother took me to India for the first time. And I saw a lot of poverty. Of course, it's a complete different culture than I was used to see. I saw there were so many people in need, and that made me decide to become a doctor and to help people. But I was facing so many insecurities myself, and this sabotaged me during my whole school career. Eventually, I graduated in communication, but that didn't light up my heart. So in the meanwhile, I took care of my children, raising my children, and then I heard about Marissa Peer, who was doing the hypnotherapy and this rapid transformational hypnotherapy. Then I started to see that this method is really effective to break those habits, break those beliefs, and break those patterns. And in 2016, I was trained by Marissa Peer in London. I found the root cause why I couldn't learn that well and why I was having the bad sugar habit. And actually, from that point on, my life transformed completely. I gained so much confidence and self-esteem. My whole purpose in life became clear to me to help people in the most phenomenal way in changing people's lives.
That's beautiful. How can women watching right now work with you?
I'm based in the Netherlands, but I work with people all over the world. I work with people from Australia, from the US, UK, Sweden. It doesn't matter if you're doing a session online or in real life, you get the same results. We always start with an intake by phone or video call, and then you decide whether you're able to come visit my office or we do a session through video call. And I always leave you with a recording that you will listen up to for 21 days to rewire your mind and install your mind for success.
Finally, where can we find you?
You can find me on ellenrikhye.com and you can send me an email or give me a phone call and we'll find out for you what you need.
Thank you. Thank you so much for being here.
You're welcome. Thank you.